back on the trail after the zero in Rangeley. It was an awesome little place to spend the night. It was a nice motel, and called the Saddleback Inn, right on the main drag. It was very nice, and had a couple of decent meals over at Sarge's Pub, and just a good experience. Got my resupply right up the street at the IGA. Got my laundry done right at the laundromat right down the street from the motel, so it was very convenient, and was lucky hitching a ride this morning too. And so back out here. Looks like about 3 days to the next town, which will be Stratton, and so I only resupplied enough to get me there. No need to carry unnecessary weight. This morning so far the weather's beautiful, and I think the next couple days, there's a gentleman who just gave me the ride, said there's a chance of thunderstorms and stuff like that, but it doesn't sound too bad. So hope for the best, and talk to you later. I'm so thankful that it's dry today. There's been a lot of climbing like this up this mountain. I think I had like around a 3,000 foot actual climb today. I was down in the thousands, and it's going up to over 400. I mean, up to over 4,000. So it's a nice climb, but I couldn't ask for better weather. And it makes all the difference in the world. These rocks like this are very sheer, and if they're wet, they're very slick. Oh, look at that mark. It's quite a blaze. I don't know why they don't use the regular blazes. That's cool. So it's a real pleasure to be out here today with this weather. Getting up in the view, I'll show you what the view is starting to look like. And it's beautiful. These are Saddleback Mountains that we're on. I'll show you the views from the top. I'm going to see if I can hold the camera working while I get to the summit here. I don't know if I can or not, but it doesn't look too tricky. It looks pretty easy. So I'll give you the idea of what I get to see here when I'm climbing. It's really fantastic. I'm not sure how long it is up here, how much further it is up. It's going to be too far to film the whole way, but that was just to give you a little taste of how beautiful it is when you come up to the top. Very windy. I still got a little ways to go, and then I'll show you the top again. Love and Maine, it's gorgeous. Lunch on top of Saddleback Mountain. Just can't beat these views. Not to mention my tortilla with peanut butter and Fritos. Not bad. So we're on top of Saddleback Mountain right now. Elevation 4116. Next stop is the Horn, 1.7 miles. Then Saddleback Junior, 3.6 miles. And then about 2 miles after that, a shelter lean-to. I'm probably going to stop there tonight. That'll be about 11 miles for today. It's the second hill down. Came from that one over there, over to here, and now across the top of this one, down into the valley, and up that other one over there. It's a little bit lower, so, and then down the other side, and should be possibly that hill for camp tonight, somewhere down the back side of that other mountain. This one is only a short distance away, the other one's a little bit further, so it'll take a while to get there. Talk to you later. Third peak of the day, we got Saddleback Junior, and I'm not exactly sure which way I'm going next. It looks like that way. I don't know where the trail is going to take me next, where my next climb is, but I know I go down until I get to the place where I'm going to camp for tonight. But I came from over that mountain, and I think there was like one or two more after that. I'm not even sure, but it was a relatively easy day. It's going to be about 11 miles. First elevation climb was a big one, and probably a total elevation climb and drops today. Had about 2,000, almost 3,000 on the first one, and about 1,000 on the second and third, or a little over. So it was a decent day, but not too late tonight. It's the only place I can camp from here, unless I go a long way after this. So that's probably what I'm going to do. I'll probably let you know too. So if I don't talk to you, have a wonderful night. Good morning, all. Made it to the campsite where I wanted to last night. Got set up. Had a decent night, and so far the weather is still good this morning. It is supposed to start turning this afternoon. I think the increase of hits its peak around 5 or 7 o'clock with a chance of rain, and then for the next, there's rain in the forecast for like the next 5 days. Hopefully it won't be too steady or too hard, and we'll be able to continue moving here. It's a type of terrain where the rain can really mess you up, but hope for the best, and keep you posted with what today has in store. I'm kind of hoping for a 14-mile day today towards the next shelter area, and because as you can see, there's really not a place to put a tent around here. So unless I find a stealth area somewhere along the way, we'll see. But I'm going to try for the 14 and keep you posted on how it goes. First view of the day, and we're on top of Poplar Ridge, elevation 3120, and we're going up. Somebody laid us some stones out here. 200 miles left to go. Unbelievable. How about it, guys? All right, Wizard. Honey sticks. Now, how many more miles do you guys have?
12:23.
12:23. Yeah. All right. Past the halfway point. Some storms last night, a little bit of heavy rain, not too bad. It dried up this morning. It's supposed to restart raining around 11-ish, they're saying. Right now it's hard to believe because the sky looks quite nice. So, been climbing for about a half hour. It's 7:45, and still got a long way to climb up a jumble of boulders. So, get back at you later. There wasn't too great of a view from the top of either South or North Crocker Mountains, but coming down North Crocker on the north side, there's quite a view. It's very hazy out there today. It's humid, but it's pretty. Somebody's got 2,000 written out with sticks there, so I checked my GPS, and sure enough, I got 2,000 miles under my belt, not counting the 8-mile approach trail. So that's pretty amazing. 2,000 miles of walking. About 180 some more to go. All right. Somebody else's rendition of 2,000 miles. Very cool. Good feeling. Had another rainy night, thunderstorms. It's humid as all heck today. Not too hot, but just soaked already. You know, only been climbing this hill for about a half hour. Got a last big climbs of the trip before I get to Katahdin. I've got the Bigelow Mountain Range, and it's supposed to be pretty rough to get up there, but we'll see how it goes, and I'll talk to you later. Have a great day. Hey, I made it up to Bigelow Mountain on the southern horn, elevation 3831, and this is the view for today. Glorious, look at that. A lot of clouds down below, a lot of clouds up here too, and I think that's where I'm going next, over on that ridge there, and up over that one. That's probably the next section. I'm not even sure. And if you can make it out, those are mountains behind the clouds over there too. So not exactly sure, but it's gorgeous. Not a whole lot of time left on this trip to enjoy things like this. So just coming down, you can see the sign up on top of the mountain. That's where the peak was, and the view that I just showed you. So I found this little ledge here to sit on, and got out my stove, poured some water, made some coffee, had some Pop-Tarts. So I'm just taking a little break. It's around 10:30 in the morning, so morning coffee break out here with the scenery, and it's really nice to enjoy. Almost up to the summit of this mountain. I'm not sure which one it is. I gotta look. And you can see the fog. It's got to be 15 to 20 degrees colder up here. The wind is blowing hard, and it's really cool. You can barely see the peak up there through the fog or the clouds, or whatever the hell they are. So it's really kind of neat out here. It was hot this morning when I was coming up the first mountain. Now this one I'm kind of got a chill. Going above tree line here. So I guess that's why. Isn't that neat though, that fog? Look at that. It's cool. I wanted to share this one with you. I guess this is the trail. I'm not really sure, but there's a pile of rocks here, so I'm assuming that's marking the trail. Then I gotta climb up this little ridge. And with the wind, it makes it a challenge not tipping over. Don't exactly want to tip over out here. Get a long way down. So it's slow going. The wind is really kicking. The fog is really blowing. It's a beautiful day. Loving it. I'm gonna miss this stuff. Seriously, I am. Alright, I better put this phone down before I fall off the cliff later. I think I'm at the summit here. And there's Bigelow Mountain, West Peak, elevation 4150. I think I'm lower than this morning, but it's like another world up here. It's crazy. I want to go over there. Alright, I gotta find my way down. Third tall peak of the day. It's getting windier and foggier. It's Bigelow Mountain, Avery Peak, 4,088. So that's actually a little bit lower. But it's, as you can see, the weather is crazy up here. It feels like you're getting rained on, but it's just the fog so thick. Tune it out. Had to stop for a snack this afternoon. The blueberries are all ripening on the bush. You can see them all in there. And there's blueberry bushes all up and down these rocks over here. So this is like the third or fourth handful that I've had. It's nice to have fresh fruit out here. The rain cut off early last night, and it actually gave my tent a chance to dry out. So that was nice. And this morning, so far, I think there's a layer of either low clouds or high fog, whatever you want to call it, but it's burning off now. The nights have been very cool lately, probably in the low 50s. A couple of them been in the upper 40s, so it's been chilly. Kind of beautiful. Yesterday was supposedly, according to what everybody's telling me in the guidebook, was the last day of my big climbs. We had three or four of them yesterday, and that's the last time I'm going to be over 4,000 feet until I get to Katahdin. So that's quite a milestone, I guess. About 168 miles left to go. Body's feeling pretty good. I actually slept pretty well last night, so that's amazing for me. And we'll touch base with you later. When you think of Maine, isn't this kind of what you picture? This is West Carey Pond. Just beautiful. There's so many of these ponds along the way. Got some birds out there. I don't know what they are. They look big for a duck. It almost looks like a loon or something out there in the water. Can't really get a good picture of it. But it's gorgeous and quiet. No one around. Just filled my water supply from the West Carey Pond, it's called. It's actually pretty damn big for a pond, but it's a nice spot. Another beautiful lake. That one's got a house or some kind of a structure on the far side. That's the only sign of civilization I see. Everything else just isolated out here. Beautiful. Still battling intermittent showers. I'm going to try to get a couple more miles in, doing about 14 I think today. I'm not sure yet, but it's nice. The trail isn't, the hills are not anywhere near what they were. A lot of rocks, a lot of roots, a lot of mud, so it's not too fast moving, but it's better than the rock climbing as far as speed goes. So we'll see what happens. And might talk to you later, or might not. Have a good one. Take you for a tour of where I'm spending the night. There's a lake over there. Looks like another round of rain coming in. It's getting pretty dark. And I am over here. Got a nice little clearing. There's probably space for about 3 tents. I'm the only one here. So it's great. Nice and quiet. And I've got my water boiling on the stove over here. I have it behind my rain fly to give it a little shelter from the wind because it's windy. Have my spot GPS sending out a signal right now because there's no cell service here, so I send a signal out when I can't get a cell service, and that way my wife knows I'm still alive. And so this is it for the night. Talk to you tomorrow. Not a bad spot for dinner, huh? Got this gorgeous view of the lake. Got some good couscous here for dinner tonight, and it's really nice. I'm gonna enjoy these next couple of days. I'm speaking quietly because someone came last night and is still asleep, but look at this beautiful Maine morning. If you can hear that bird, I think that might be a loon. I'm not sure. Absolutely gorgeous. What a way to start the day. Had a bunch of heavy rain last night. It was really coming down for a while. I thought it might have been hail because it was so loud on the tent. And as you can see, the river's really flowing heavy. Today's part of the trail today is going to be crossing that river, and they have what they call a ferry to cross it. That ferry is actually a canoe, and it takes 2 hikers at a time from one side to the other. It's officially part of the AT, and I'm guessing I got about 3 or 4 more miles until I get to it, so I will show you when I get there. Hopefully I'll remember. But it's threatening rain again today. That'll be day 4 or 5 in a row with rain. Not the whole day, but looking forward to some dry weather one of these days. We got our share in the whites, so that was a blessing. That was really nice to have the White Mountains dry. So I guess if that's all I get, then I'm happy with that. But well, let me get going here and see if I can get to that ferry before they shut down. They only operate until 2 o'clock today. Later. The odds are getting better.
At this point, I'll take crutches and go up.
I'm with you.
Well, the worst is over, as you probably already know. The Sobos won't tell you that, but I'll tell you that. Marathoner come through last year that did it in 3, but he had a pack that you could put in the palm of your hand, and he was not.
Welcome to Caratunk. I guess there's the highway 201, but I guess this is the main drag besides that in town. So I'm heading over towards the Caratunk Inn, and the post office is just down the road. And the Caratunk Inn is famous for their milkshakes and pulled pork. So I might check that out. I'll see how it goes. So this is Caratunk. Staying at the Sterling Inn Bed and Breakfast, it's called. But it's only $5 more than the hostel down the road. They've got bunk rooms, and then they've got rooms for bed and breakfast, and it's really, really, really nice. They let me do a work for stay, so it doesn't even cost me anything tonight. It's fantastic. What a deal. I just did some work with firewood, stacking firewood for a few hours, and it's a really fantastic deal, and it includes breakfast and free laundry, so great place. This is inside the hostel / bed and breakfast. And just look at this place. It's amazing. And over here they have their own store. It's locked up right now, but they have all the supplies you could need, food, gear, everything. It's just amazing. They have a little kitchen area that you can use, have coffee. And upstairs they have the bunk rooms, and then there's private rooms as well, like a regular bed and breakfast. So it's really an amazing place. I'm very, very pleased, and I think it might be the nicest place I've stayed, and definitely for the price. Fantastic. It's called the Sterling Inn in Caratunk, Maine.